Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Well, let's take a look at some stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Stephen Carroll and I'm joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Louise, good morning. Let's start with homebuilders in the UK under pressure after the latest house price data. You've been looking at Barratt Redrow and others.
Yes, indeed. All of them really, shares are lower. So yeah, as you say, Barratt Redrow, which is the UK's largest house builder, also includes Taylor Wimpey, Vistry, Berkeley Group, Bellway, Persimmon. All the main big names are down this morning. Losses are, so firstly I'll say this is on the back of, as you say, new data from Rightmove. So prices had surged in January, and then this latest data is for February and showing that those house prices have stalled, so they're pretty flat for February. That's because of essentially there's so many properties on the market that it's giving buyers more bargaining power, and so those prices are kind of flatlining for this month, so weighing on all of the stocks as a whole. But then if we do also hone in on Barratt Redrow, they're getting a bit of extra bad news. Losses are steeper there. That's also because in addition to the Rightmove data, they've had a note from Peel Hunt. They've been downgraded by Peel Hunt, and Deutsche Bank has cut their forecast and price target as well for Barratt Redrow. So a bit of a double whammy for them. But yeah, the overall kind of sector news is that those prices have stalled in February. And there was just want to note one interesting note from an RBC analyst saying that even though the housing market has had a relatively strong start to the spring season, the second-hand market is giving house builders a run for their money. And he's saying one match doesn't decide a season, but currently in 2026, it's doer-uppers 1, new build 0. So there's a little quote to end that section on for you. But yeah, that's the current state of the house market in the UK.
Nice. And some good sporting analogies as well. Let's turn to NatWest next. Their shares are up by 4.2% today. What's happened?
Yes, leading the FTSE 100 this morning. That's as a couple of things. Firstly, their buyback is kicking in. That was previously announced for £750 million. That's starting today. And then at the same time, Citi has also raised their price target for NatWest. So they've raised their estimates for pretax profit and EPS. This is after NatWest has essentially had quite a host of good news. They had their results, I think it was last week, and they came in very strong, high net interest income. Overall, it was very strong. And then on top of that, about a week before, there was also the deal for them to buy Evelyn Partners, which is a wealth manager. So pushing into the wealth management space as they kind of diversify their revenue streams. And all of this is proving to be positive as of yet. And Citi has raised their price target on the back of that. So a bit of a double whammy for NatWest.
Okay, we're going to turn next to Rosebank Industries, a stock not moving because it's just been suspended in the past few minutes. What's going on? It
has, yeah. This is a bit of a breaking story. So Rosebank, so obviously the company that's relatively new, set up by former Melrose Industry executives. They're in advanced talks to buy what they've said is 2 private equity-owned US businesses. And this is for a headline enterprise value of just over $3 billion. They say that will be funded through a combination of an equity issue, which will be about £1.9 billion, and then also new debt facilities. So they released this press statement about 10 minutes ago saying that trading had actually already been suspended because Sky broke the news. So they had the report on this potential deal. Sky have said that the businesses, they've named the businesses or potential businesses as being CPM and MW Industries, both US listed. Rosebank haven't actually named them, but that was the report from Sky. So potentially big M&A deals. Talks, they say they're in advanced talks. So whether or not it will come to fruition, we'll be watching. But as you say, shares have actually been suspended on the back of that.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.